Seattle trails by 4. Pass to Gray. Connects on the 17-footer. Gray's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. The T-Wolves on top. They lead by a bucket. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
Seattle shooting at around 60% in this one. Very efficient. On the court for the Timberwolves. Second quarter underway. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Then there's Mike Conley. Then it's Joe Ingles. And it's Shannon in at the 2. Now here's Conley. Pass to Randall. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic. We see teams in college and high school run a lot more full-court press. Why is that less prevalent in the NBA doors?
Well, it's been less prevalent, BA, but all of a sudden teams are starting to push up in full court, understanding that if you can take 4 to 5 seconds off a shot clock, with the shortest shot clock we have in the game, then that puts so much more pressure on the offense to execute.
Here's Gray, following the score by Minnesota. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Shannon. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Let's remember, this guy is 6'8". Joe Ingles a threat to throw it down.
Shannon's shot is off. Seattle trails by 6. Here's Big Red, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. That's on Joe Ingles.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Seattle shooting their first free throws here for the night. And Grant, this
if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Edwards is checked in. 6 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. For 3, Randall. Here's Gobert. Gobert hammers it home.
This guy has been a superb offensive rebounder. Gobert uses that size and positioning.
Here's Big Red. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Let's see some of the numbers here for Anthony Edwards. Seattle shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he drops the first. Reed's checked in for Minnesota. Highland comes in for Mike Conley. And so he hits both.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
To the inside, Reed. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Reed's got his first basket.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Anthony Edwards. Seattle shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. McDaniels is checked in for the Timberwolves. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. 4-point game. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
I really think the nail in the coffin was their missed free throws. That's usually an ominous sign.
I thought the frustration at the line was evident, and it makes it easy on the defense when you're not capitalizing once they put you at the free throw line.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, BA. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Back to you, BA.
A star on the rise. Allie, thanks for the report. And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the bucket by Seattle. Outside McDaniels. They swipe it. And here they come. He goes up. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Randall. And looking at the 2K leaderboard, here are the top glass cleaners over the past 10 games. The fourth spot held by Rudy Gobert.
Over these last 10 games, this guy has owned the boards, playing so well as of late.
Pass to McDaniels. 13 feet out. Seattle pulls it in. They've been playing excellent team basketball. 9 wins in a row.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
How about the body control from Anthony Edwards? Just so good at using that frame to get through the teeth of the defense.
The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Here's Big Red. And Seattle tacks on 2 more.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Edwards following the bucket by Seattle. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Really nice decision-making by Anthony Edwards. If you're going to play in the NBA, you've got to read off.
Big Red's got 18 points in the game.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Edwards with it. His last outing, we saw him score 22. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
With his skill from the mid-range area, that's money.
Here's Big Red. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Seattle out in front. They lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
We're back again. Welcome. It's that time again to take a peek at how the mid-season power rankings are shaping up.
You look at Seattle. They're in that #1 spot for a reason, playing well as a team, making it look easy. Definitely the team to beat right now. The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes and feeding off them. I expect them to sustain this enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, these fans just love this team. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Seattle's shooting has been on another level. 68% for the game. Gray, good.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Timberwolves trail by 4. And for the Timberwolves, Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. And it's Highland in at the 1. And he banks in the layup. He's got 7.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now here's Randall. Give him 8 points now. Clock at 6. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Randall's got 10 points in the game.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randall in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. 5th best, Minnesota.
Let's see if they'll be able to keep scoring at this rate throughout this season. Over the last 10 games, their ability to score in transition has been special.
Right around a minute and a half played in the 3rd quarter. Edwards for 3, drops in the 3.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Going inside, 2 points. That one goes. 15 points in the game.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Highland misses. Seattle leading by 5. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Outside Edwards. Charity stripe shot. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And stolen by Edwards. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the 2nd half.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Morris.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric, but beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Randall. Seattle pulls
Up like that. Wow.
Here's Vucevic. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. And Seattle leads by 7.
There's some nice chemistry on offense. They're just taking what the defense allows. That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Shannon's checked in.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Number 1, Terrence Shannon.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Six to shoot. No good off the back of the rim.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Seattle shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Ingles comes in for Randall. And Conley subbed in for Highland.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
Here's Conley. Can't hit from in close. Seattle leading by 9. Down low. Stolen by Ingles. Outside Edwards. Pass to Ingles. Puts up a 3. It doesn't go for him. For Seattle, they've gone 6 of 7 and appearing confident in this half. Vucevic. And a nice finish on the layup. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. He's so comfortable this close to the cup.
Outside Conley. The three. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Gray, good.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 13. Such a wide open look. Conley's got 9 points.
Boy, you've got to love when Mike Conley shoots it with confidence, goes to the catch and shoot game. All right, Mike.
Number 22, Jalen Clark.
There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter here. The kick out to Ingles. 3 seconds left. And the layup is good. He's got 6.
I like how assertive he was, making his presence felt on the interior.
And so it's Seattle, finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. Back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. No good there.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebound.
And for Minnesota, Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Mike Conley. And it's Shannon in at the 2. Here's Conley. Pass to Shannon. This one for 3. Seattle pulls it in. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. And he drives in. It's blocked by Gobert.
Learn the lesson quickly, folks. Do not test Rudy Gobert.
Juzang, he's checked in for Minnesota. A 3 off the inbound. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
That's 2 triples for him. 1 in the first, 1 in the second.
1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. To the wing, right side. Cans it from the wing. Juzang's got his first basket of the night. Here's Gray. Conley comes with a double team. Beyond the arc. And again, Seattle with a triple.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Anthony Edwards has checked in for Juzang. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And it's Seattle with the ball. Following the score by Minnesota. The 3 is up. Count it. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Oh, wow. Get out the way, Greg.
Come on.
Get out the way.
Conley is like a second coach on the floor. His guys are open. I promise you he'll get them the ball.
Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Timberwolves trail by 15. Randall left side. And it's in there.
They're shooting more jumpers in the second half, trying to figure out what will work best for them against this defense.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Nas Reed's checked in for Gobert. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Shannon. And it's Highland in for Conley.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
And with the introduction of the NBA Cup, the regular season schedule is more packed than ever.
You know what, BA? Many constituents in this game believe the regular season schedule should top out at 72 games. This is something the commissioner broached back when he introduced the Cup. Not necessarily 72, just that there could be a reduction. But there's too much money at stake. I don't believe this will ever happen. Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table.
Now here's Edwards. Getting a good look. Edwards.
I'll tell you, this team has not had an answer for Anthony Edwards. They shouldn't feel alone, though. He's put a lot of work on a lot of teams.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing. Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
Seattle leading by 11. Puts it up from 17, and the basket is good.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Now here's Highland. No good from 3. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. He launches, buries it from outside.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
And they just went out and executed. Give credit to the coaching staff. They have to be thrilled with their level of play.
And Minnesota calls time here. They're trailing by 16. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. Beyond the arc. Cash from downtown.
Boy, that's just inviting trouble. Defensively, you simply can't give him that much space.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Banks it home. Big shot.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Dillingham's checked in. Now here's Conley, tightly guarded. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Well, we've come to expect this from Mike Conley, putting the pass on time and on target.
Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
Yeah, things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend. With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Rudy Gobert.
They absolutely want to add to what's already a big lead.
No question, BA. No reason to let up. Just keep playing your game. And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
So we see Seattle get the win here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.